The Bureau has had a great history of solving a lot of great crimes. It's also had a history of some black eyes at different times in our country. I think this is one of them. I have some breaking news for you, though, tonight, Lou. Just before I walked in here, I just found out that the intelligence chief, the counterintelligence chief for the FBI, Bill Priestap, is going to be on Capitol Hill tomorrow for the first time to answer questions about both the Hillary Clinton email case, he oversaw that, and the Russia-Trump case, which he also oversaw. He was Peter Strzok's boss, so he was the guy that oversaw, the guy with all the text messages. And I think tomorrow's going to be a pivotal day. I think Congress is going to learn a lot of new information tomorrow during these interviews.
And the implication that you're making, it seems, or at least the inference I'm drawing, is that he is going to be speaking candidly about his employer, the FBI, and those who were running the agency during that period.
Yeah, and he was one of them. He was an assistant director for counterintelligence. So he's very high up, had all a bird's eye view of everything that went on in both of these investigations. Even questions like James Comey, did anyone in the FBI know he was sharing classified memos with his lawyers? Those are the sort of things that are going to get asked tomorrow.
Sharing classified memos with his lawyers, a special employment relationship with one of them at least. Right. It's the FBI. Let me ask you, as we continue this discussion, do you believe that the FBI will soon recover from this, you referred to a black eye, that seems somewhat, to me, diminished and less profound than perhaps the damage that I see in that agency?
Yeah, listen, they recovered from 9/11. If you remember, I did a lot of the reporting 15, 16 years ago about what the FBI knew and dropped the ball before the worst terrorist attack in American history. They'll come back. There's lots of good people there that care, including people that have talked to me about the concerns they have in the Russia case. And it will come back. It'll come back stronger. But right now, there's still a lot of accounting. We don't even know the nature of the black eye yet. We're still learning. We know that there was some actions by these informants before there was a formal investigation. We don't know whether they were controlled or not. So until we get all the facts in place, I don't think the FBI can, one, address what it did wrong and try to correct what it did wrong until we know everything on the table. Transparency has always been one of the Bureau's toughest issues.
And talking about the problems of their own making, the corruption within the leadership itself, we learn now the Department of Justice Inspector General report has been deferred another week. The Judiciary Committee, Senate Judiciary Committee, putting off that hearing, and this goes on and on. It is one form of slow walking. Let's be very clear. If this agency has not learned how to produce a report after a thorough investigation in under a year, there's something terribly, terribly wrong that permeates the entire agency, in my opinion. Yours.
The IG did its work, right? And it's been sitting in this review process, and every week we hear it's coming out and then it gets kicked down the road. Not uncommon when there's a lot of classified information. People are going to be arguing over what can be released publicly, what needs to remain redacted. But I do expect that it's going to come out. I know it's more than 400 pages. That means there's a lot to talk about James Comey if there's 400 pages in that report.
Absolutely. And